Okay, here we are with something new for you guys. This time it is the Path of Shadows prototype. For those that aren't aware of what this game is, well, what this demo is, it's sort of like a preview or a test build of the game on Kickstarter Twin Souls Path of Shadows. It's a stealth type of game, and you'll see more when we go into it. And one of the first things I have to say is that I already recorded a video of this to try to upload, but YouTube is kind of upset with some of the music. I don't know if what exactly the deal is with it, but the music sets off some flags, and in order to keep my channel ad-free, I have to re-record this without sound. So you won't be able to hear the voice acting. It's not really outstanding, but you'll just have to make do with my commentary. So let's just jump right in. And that's us, the Origami, Spirit of Vengeance. Oh, okay. So when I recorded this last time, I was using the keyboard controller, so apparently the Xbox controller also works for this. And if you need to read what she's saying, go ahead and pause it. So this is the first of 3 levels, and it's just your general tutorial. So left trigger to aim, and right bumper to teleport. And we have to go from shadow to shadow. What she's talking about is you'll notice the white glyphs will disappear if you go into the light, and they regenerate if you actually go into the deep shadows. So there are 3 types of environments for you. You have the light, where you actually stand out and lose power. Right here you have some darkness, but not enough to heal you, and it's not bright enough to actually drain your power. You'll notice here that our origami is kind of like a green color. Am I actually losing power? No. So you can see that it's actually a green color. When you're like this, the enemies can see you if you're not in cover. But if we go into darkness, you'll notice that green becomes solid black, and now we're actually invisible unless they're really close to us. So we're going to go ahead and walk through, and we have to use left trigger and right trigger to create shadows. Now we can port through. Oh yeah. So to hide bodies, you just have to create shadows. So just do that, and once the body is engulfed, it'll melt into the shadows and nothing left to find. A is our run button. So right here is shadow vision. This allows you to see enemy position, but the downside to it is while you're using it, you're immobile. Like right now I'm moving the left stick around, but I can't move. So if you want vision, you have to remain fixed in place, and it's up to you to decide when to move. You'll notice that guy is coming near us. I'm going to teleport behind him. And since he was in the shadows, I don't even have to dispose of the body. It's just gone. So we can only use the shadow vision while we're in darkness. That's why I'm using it right here to see where that other guy is. If I try pushing the button out here, nothing happens. And we can step into this shadow And he's right there. You can even see him there. And he's a different enemy type, as you'll see once we get over there. Let's go ahead and just teleport. Come on. Okay, we're walking like a chump. So we have to draw him out. You'll notice that he has a lantern, so he can actually get rid of these shadows around him and make it very difficult for us to kill him. So ideally we lure him into a dark place. He will get rid of the light, but the key thing is you just want him away from his allies. So we push Y to ring the bell. And here he comes. So he's going to go where that bell rang, and there goes the darkness. But we're still solid black here, so he can't actually see us. Now we just have to wait for him to turn his back to us, and then we can go shiv him. And he said it was just the wind, and he's about to find out, no, it wasn't. So unfortunately, the lantern does make it impossible for us to actually hide his body, so keep that in mind if you ever have to get rid of one of those guys when the finished game comes out, since wherever you drop him, he's staying. And here's our next type of assassination. Crap. I went too close. But for the shadow leap, you have to just target the ceiling. You do your normal blink type move, and the circle tells us that we've been spotted. There's an arrow indicating where he is exactly, and as soon as he walks back, we can try the... Okay, I'm gonna have to do it on a different guy later. And for completionist sake, we can get rid of that. Maybe not, since it's partially in the light. Nope. And we're moving on to the next level. So, since this is just the demo or prototype, however you wish to think about it, there aren't too many tricks. The finished game is supposed to have a lot more in it, more tricks that you can use, like creating shadow clones and other ninja-like things. So you will have more tools at your disposal. There'll probably be new enemy types, and we'll just have to see how it all comes together as the time comes. So as the text indicated, this is the probably most challenging of the three levels, and it's not really that bad, but you just need to know a couple things in order to get by. So the next thing we can do now is summon the Raven. So the way this works is it will show you the shortest path to your goal. And if you notice by those two guys standing there that the Raven just went past, the shortest is not always the best. So we're going to go take a longer way that's a little bit more optimal. And just for the sake of killing this guy, I am going to kill him. We'll ring our bell in the shadow. He heard it. And I can barely even see him on my monitor. So he would be able to see me if I actually stayed there, but I can't even tell what way he's facing. And he's gone. Now the next one we need to take care of is the lantern guy right there. So he's on patrol. He's actually not going to come over here. We just have to wait for him to move further a little bit, and then we can just come up behind him and stab him, or however the assassination is going to play out. So he's still kind of facing us, and now we can go in. So his body is now in a place to disrupt us from recharging our shadows, and we can start moving forward again. Now there are two guys over there. There's light, so that's not the optimal way to go. Let's head over here. Now you'll notice we're on the other side. The two guys are right there, and there's also a guy over here, and this is the direction we want to go. And I'm going to try the ceiling assassination thing here. I tried this a couple times as I played this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's find out which one it is this time. And it worked. So just for the sake of it, we're going to dispose of the body. And we can continue moving forward. So the next spot we need to go to is over here. And there's a guy right there. Crap. So the teleport wasn't working, and as a result we have to go back here. I don't know how much was reset. Those two guys are still there. Let's check over here. So as you can see, the enemies can kill you in one hit. Well, no, there has to be a guy there for me to do that. And I can't teleport there, so we have to foot it. In the finished game, there may be more ways to deal with enemies, but for now, this is all we have. And since the teleport isn't working, we're drawing him out here. He knows we're out here somewhere, he just doesn't know where. And I'm waiting for him to turn his back before I go stab him. Crud. So that's not a bad spot to get rid of the body because there's no extra light to be an obstacle for us. And two guys over there, but where we need to go is, oops, that way. So the two guys are still over there, but our destination is over here. So two guys that we can see over there, we're going to have to go deal with them.
All of this belonged to me a long time ago. I'll take it back very soon.
And okay, it looks like the shadow did clean that up. I was wondering what was going on since there wasn't the shadow assassination. Now we need to get that guy over there. And bad clipping. So we did lose a little bit of shadow to hide in, but still manageable. Uh-oh, he's coming back this way. So I could ring the bell or something to try to distract him, but it's better off just to let him complete his routine. He's going to turn his back on me eventually, or I could just blink behind him. And since I don't like him, I'm killing him, even though I could have just continued walking past. As far as I know, there isn't any sort of reward or punishment for killing everyone or doing whatever. And let me just do a quick check. Yes, we're clear to move on to the third level now. So that was the most difficult of the three. This one is pretty simple if you know what you're doing, and you can complete it in just a couple minutes.
It cost us too much. After the war, they locked me inside the temple. Set me free, and I will wire you properly.
So our goal now is to reach that temple to release the person who summoned us. We're not stealthed here, but we need to slip in. And we managed to do it without being spotted. This is the fast way, and there should be two guys. Now there's one. And unfortunately, that guy isn't going to move anywhere, so let's use our trusty bell. He doesn't have a lantern, so it's safe to stand a little close to him. You just need to make sure that you don't actually go within his vision range. And now we're good to go. We do need to charge up our shadow power for this, though. Now, they're trying to warn you that there's a guard up there that will spot you if you just try to run over there. But if you remember, we have the ability to create shadow. So we can just do that, and now we can just run right in. And that completes the prototype. So, this is on Kickstarter. If you're interested in it, you can go ahead and back it. Good stealth games are few and far between, and I think this one has some potential. Some of the finer details are still being hashed out, but the nice thing about being on Kickstarter is that you're able to interact with the devs. You can see what they plan on doing, you can offer some suggestions. Quite a few are actually open to them. And here are the credits. So a couple things I can mention is that there isn't a crouch button that you need to use to sneak around like some games have. One that comes to mind is Dishonored. And I'm using Dishonored as an example because the way you can blink around is very reminiscent of the blink spell from there. Other things to talk about. As you may have noticed by some of these names, it's being developed by a group of developers from Spain. As far as I know, this is their first game that they're actually making. I don't know if they have experience making other games with as other groups, but this is their solo venture. So if you're interested, I will post a link to the Kickstarter to allow you to go check that out, decide if you want to back it or not. And you'll also see a link. I can post a link to this game if you want to download it and give it a try yourself, but they have links to the URL inside the game that you may have noticed, just the
Always waiting for you.
pathofshadows.com. And that's a wrap. So if you're interested, check it out. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.